Right, this is part 2 of our trip to Scotland from a very wet Barrows campsite. But whilst it may be wet, we've not actually got wet.
No, we've dodged the rain.
Proper dodged the rain.
Really good.
No idea how, but we have. Right, just to sort of recap. So from the last one, when we last stuck a video out, what have we done for the last 4 days?
We have been to try and see the seals, to try and catch fairies. We've done nothing. We haven't caught anything. Right,
so Thursday we had, was it Wednesday? Wednesday we had a trip out. Great to catch up with another channel, David from Desmond's Donders.
Yeah.
Now David does quite a few videos sort of from around the north of Scotland, so it was really good to catch up with him and find some places that we can maybe stick on our list for when we're travelling up here. So once again, thanks David, really appreciate your time, and we'll stick a link to Desmond's Donders YouTube channel down below in the description. So that was Wednesday, and we kind of just potted about a bit, didn't we? Right, we've come to a little place. I'm not going to even try and pronounce it. I'll show you it on there. You can just pause and have a read. But basically these cairns were raised to house the dead 4,000 years ago. So basically burial mounds, spiritualistic sites, I guess. There's like 3 piles of bricks. Really sort of mythical place, if you like. We're gonna have a wander around, so catch up with us as we dodge the showers. See you in a bit. So here's an interesting fact according to this little plaque in front of us. I'll show you in a minute. They built them so that during the winter the sun, when it was lowest in the sky, came into the inside or through the door at sunset. So this is a little plaque. I'll just put it on there and let you you can pause that if you like. How's that for solar power? Well, solar lighting. I wouldn't say solar power, but definitely lighting. Right, we're going to have a look at the other. I've no idea what these things are that are around it. Maybe find something, let you know. And we'll go and have a look at these other. There's 2 other piles of stones, so we'll go and have a look at them as well. Cairns or something they call them. Right, in a bit. Right, third and probably the largest piles of stones, cairns. Busy little place, mind this. I would take you inside, but it's basically just one great big puddle. Interesting?
Not meant to go in.
You don't go as far as the water, mind.
I know.
It's a pretty compact little caravan, isn't it? Right, there we are. We'll try and find out some more info, and if not, there we are. Well, we did a site review as well, didn't we?
Yes, yes.
And then that was kind of Wednesday taken up, came back. We got some, where else did we call in? So that was that, and we then go on to Thursday, which was kind of a bit of a messy day because it was on and off showers, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Still wanted to get some drone footage of the site, so in between the showers we did a little bit of that. not really as good as we wanted it to be honest, but we've got some, so that'll be chucked in with the site review, which will be coming up. And what else did we do? Oh, we went to a place called Fort George, which was supposed to be like a dolphin viewing place. Scottish National Trust. Well, if anyone knows us, you know, I'm ex-Royal Air Force, and one thing I'm not going to do is pay to go and walk around a military base, which Fort George still is. It's still a working army camp. So, you know, I think after the number of years I spent walking around military bases, I've done my bit for Queen and Country. And
as Alan gets out the car, it was
yeah, literally the firing range was being used, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it was literally like being in a war zone, wasn't it?
Yes.
You know, 200 squaddies all deciding to use the firing range. Yeah.
Something we're not used to.
No, not had that for a long time.
Oh.
But there we are. So that was Thursday out of the way. Friday, which is today, we decided we'll have another bash at dolphin spotting. What a
paid our money for the car park.
Yeah, you know, it's like a lighthouse. I'll stick the picture anyway, because there's always pictures and clips somewhere, isn't there?
Yeah.
So I'll stick a picture in at where we've been, and of course it's supposed to be one of the best places in the United Kingdom to spot dolphins and seals. Good morning, and we're at Channery Point Lighthouse in the Highlands of Scotland, just north of Inverness. This is supposed to be the best place, or one of the best places in the UK for seeing
dolphins,
bottlenose dolphins and seals. The other thing is, this is what date is it?
Friday the 14th
of July.
And it's freezing.
It must be like 10 degrees, absolutely freezing, blowing a hoolie, so apologies if the sound's not brilliant, but I think the dolphins have gone on holiday to somewhere a bit warmer. Because there's definitely nothing here other than mist and murk and wind, and
we've just seen a couple of seals, that's all.
Yeah, I think even the seals have got bored and gone away. But anyway, I'll show you around, and if we see any dolphins, we'll bring you back on. Otherwise, we'll catch up with you in a bit. Right, so this is Channery Point. We're looking over towards Inverness Airport. We follow the coast around. We're then over to Fort George on the other side of the bay. And out Worryth Earth, out to sea. And not a dolphin or a seal to be seen.
monsters. We're just right out. We go, they go on holiday, don't turn up.
We probably didn't pick the best date, probably didn't pick the best time, I don't know, whatever was wrong, but they'd gone on holiday and we were stood there watching waves on the water, basically.
Yeah, for 2 hours.
Yeah, saw nothing, got cold, stood in the wind, decided to go and get a bite to eat, which was lovely.
Calf.
Was it? I can't remember what it's called. Crofters
Calf.
The village just down the road. Lovely little meal in there, didn't we?
Yeah, good service. Quick.
Yeah. Right, so after we've had a bite to eat, we decided to go to the Fairy Glen Falls.
Nice walk, but slippery in some places.
Yeah, it was a lovely walk up. Sun decided to come out, stop raining, stop sort of spitting and that, didn't it?
Yeah.
Warmed up a bit, wind dropped. It was a really nice walk, but the path itself has obviously suffered from a fair bit of rain, hadn't it?
Yeah.
And it was a bit boggy and slippy and that in places, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But not a hard walk, so if you're ever up here doing the NC 500 or in the area, it's well worth a walk round, isn't it? Anyway, here's some footage. Okay, right, so we've been to have a quick bite to eat, and lovely it was too. But we've come to Fairy Glen Falls. It's supposed to be a nice walk up to the waterfalls, purely because we think we've got more chance of seeing fairies than we have of seeing bottlenose dolphins. And it's not as windy, not as cold, and not as wet away from the coast.
No.
Right, we'll take a walk, we'll take you with us, and we'll see how we get on. So, see you in a bit. This is one of them other places, Fairy Glen Falls, that's on the NC 500 kind of route. I suppose it's one of them Instagrammable places, or supposed to be. You could say accessible in places. Not too bad that way, but a bit of a muddy bath that way. So definitely coming this way, you need a decent pair of walking shoes. I won't come in anything that was white soled. Other than that, nice walk. See you in a bit. So here we are, it's more like Fairy Glen water trickle. But apparently this is the lower falls, and there's another one further up, so we're going to carry on up the hill and see what else there is up there. So we'll catch you in a bit. We made it up the glen to the waterfalls. So no bottlenose dolphins, 1 or 2 seals, and no bloody fairies either.
I knew the fairy, maybe a big one. It's been all over.
Right. It's the slippery slope back to the car. It's kind of a nice walk, isn't it, Al?
Yeah.
But what we would say is, good walking shoes, and I wouldn't say you've got to be fit, not by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, I'm not with me back and I've measured them in it.
Yeah, but it's a nice little walk if you're in the area. So there we are, Fairy Glen waterfalls. It's canny. Right, onwards, back to the car. See you in a bit. Right, so that gives you the idea of what we had.
Yeah.
So no dolphins, 3 seals bobbing, no fairies.
No.
So we needed a dead cert to finish the day off.
Yes, we did.
It meant on the way back we were going to pass a place called the Black Isle Brewery Company. Right, so here we are. We've come a little bit along the road, so we've come to the conclusion there's no bottlenose dolphins,
no fairies,
no seals, and definitely no fairies.
No.
So we've come to where satisfaction is pretty much guaranteed.
The brewery.
The brewery. So yeah, this is it. Black Isle Brewing Company, the brewery and shop. So we're going to go and have a look round, and if they'll let us video inside, we might take you in. So we'll see you in a bit. Which is like a small organic craft beer.
Yeah.
Show them the...
There you go.
Looks a bit like a strumpy cider. Yes. It's not that sort of clear beer you would expect, and that was supposed to be a light citrus ale, wasn't it?
You can smell it when you open it.
Really nice, yes. But not what you would expect. So very, very crafty, isn't it?
Yeah.
But really nice as well. So that's Friday, isn't it?
Yes.
And tomorrow is kind of pack-up day. And the weather's not looking good at all, is it?
No, it is.
I think people have been talking about 50-mile-an-hour winds, and you know, we've got to get this awning down. I don't think it's going to come down dry. We might have to take it down wet, which is a bit of a pain because we're one heat home on Sunday, and then I'm in Leeds Monday through till Wednesday. So the earliest we'll be able to look at anything when we get back is going to be Thursday, or possibly the weekend, depending on what happens.
Which we don't really want.
No, but needs must when the devil drives, I guess. So that's going to be our tour of Scotland for this trip, which is Scottish trip number 3.
Yes.
And we've still got Scotland trip number 4
in
to
August.
Come in August, when we're heading up to Malig. I think it's pronounced, over on the west coast.
Yeah.
But for now, that's it from us on the Barrow campsite just outside of Nairn on the north coast of Scotland. And all we have to say is thanks very much for watching. You take care, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next one. Ta-da!
Bye!